Star Wars, Episode 5, The Clinton Menace Part 2. On the fiery landscape of Mustafar, fresh from her release from prison, Darth Hillary stood with her new compatriots, the infamous trio of death, Darth Dick, Darth WMD, and Darth Misleadus. The air crackled with the heat of the planet and the simmering evil of the Sith Lords. Darth Hillary, her heart as cold and black as the voids of space, broke the awkward silence. I like this place. It reminds me of the good old days on Earth. The bloodshed, the deception. It was quite the show we put on. Democrats versus Republican. They all laughed menacingly. You're damn right. They misunderestimated me, but look what we did to Iraq. Darth WMD reminisced. Don't forget the spin I had to put on the war, W. MD's here, terrorists there. It was too easy. Darth Misleadus chuckled, a million dead and unlimited oil. Darth Dick's eyes glinted with malice as he joined in. True. You know, I surprise myself at times. We had the weapons companies in one pocket and the oil fields in the other. War meant profits, and profits meant power. Unlimited power. Sometimes I wonder if your parents knew the man you'd become and were good enough to warn the world by calling you Dick. The group shared a collective, sinister laugh, their thoughts turning to their recent endeavors in the galaxy. And now, Darth Hillary mused, we have a whole new galaxy to rule. Not yet. There's a new thorn in our master's side, Truth Social, cut in Darth Dick. Darth Misleadus snarled, yes, I'm working on it. I have my agents in place working from within to subvert the message. We must deal with this swiftly and decisively. Darth Dick nodded. There are rumors a Jedi has joined this Truth Social. Anakin Skywalker. Darth WMD smirked. We've dealt with worse. We'll crush this Truth Social and anyone who dares speak against us. I know that human beings and fish can coexist peacefully, but Jedis I'm not so sure about. Suddenly, the dark figure of Darth Sidious materialized from the shadows, his presence commanding and ominous. We have much to do, he hissed. Tucker Carlson and Anakin Skywalker are becoming problematic, rallying the galaxy against us and disrupting our plans. Darth Hillary bowed slightly. What would you have us do, Master? Sidious's eyes gleamed with a sinister light. Darth Hillary, you have experience dealing with pesky insurgents. You will end this, Tucker Carlson. Yes, Master. Do not fail me again. As for the rest of you, Sidious continued, turning to the other Sith, focus on this Truth Social. Discredit them, spread doubt and fear, but subtly. We cannot afford a full-scale rebellion. Continue to stir chaos across the galaxy. We must keep the Republic on its heels, unsure and divided. Only then can we strike and reclaim what is rightfully ours. If only we had Murdoch, our previous master here, said Darth Misleadus, before he and the others bowed, taking their leave, each already formulating their dark fuckery as they dispersed. The volcanic landscape of Mustafar seems to echo with their malevolent laughter. Meanwhile, in the grand studio of Truth Social, Tucker Carlson and Anakin Skywalker were about to go live with their latest broadcast, a beacon of truth in a galaxy riddled with deception. The studio buzzed with a palpable sense of urgency and determination. Anakin, his Jedi robes replaced with a suit for the evening broadcast, stood ready before the camera, his lightsaber concealed in his pocket, giving an uncomfortable impression to those around that he was overly excited. Live in 3, 2, 1, the director cued, and Tucker's charismatic voice filled the airwaves. Good evening, Galaxy. This is Tucker Carlson alongside Anakin Skywalker, bringing you the truth, unfiltered and undeniable. Anakin added, tonight, we discuss the ongoing Sith manipulations and how we, as a united galaxy, can stand against the darkness. As they delve into their discussion, presenting evidence of Sith treachery and highlighting stories of resistance and courage, a sinister presence loomed. Unbeknownst to them, Darth Hillary, cloaked in shadows, approached the studio on the deadly mission decreed by Darth Sidious. Mid-sentence, Tucker's expression changed to one of alarm as security alerts blared. In a flash of darkness and fury, Darth Hillary burst into the studio like a bitch in heat, her red lightsaber igniting with an ominous hum. Tucker, caught off guard, was thrust into the heart of danger. Anakin reacted instinctively, his Jedi instincts kicking in. He leapt between Tucker and Darth Hillary, his own lightsaber coming to life in a brilliant arc of blue. "Get back, Tucker," Anakin shouted as he parried a vicious strike from Darth Hillary. The duel was intense, a whirlwind of light and shadow. Anakin fought with all his might, driven by a desire to protect and avenge his fallen master. The clash of their lightsabers was a violent blur, illuminating the studio with each strike and parry. Anakin, fueled by righteous anger and a deep-seated desire for justice, pushed Darth Hillary back. But the Sith's malice was overwhelming, her power a dark tide against which Anakin struggled. As the battle raged, Anakin became acutely aware of the limitations imposed by his attire. His Tom Ford-style suit, stylish and sharp for the broadcast, was now a hindrance in combat. It clung tightly to his body, restricting his movements and making each dodge and weave more laborious. Anakin's usual fluidity and grace were hampered by the constricting fabric, his breaths becoming more labored as he fought to maintain his pace. He realized with a growing sense of dread that his choice of clothing for the show might now be a critical weakness against Darth Hillary's relentless onslaught. How could a being so evil exist, Anakin thought, as he struggled against the tide of darkness she wielded. As Darth Hillary sensed Anakin faltering, she intensified her assault. Her strikes became fiercer, each one a thunderous echo in the studio. Anakin, his agility compromised, found himself on the defensive, parrying desperately as his suit seemed to tighten around him like a vice. In a critical moment, Darth Hillary exploited Anakin's hindered mobility. She unleashed a flurry of strikes, each one a potential death blow. Anakin, struggling against both his opponent and his restrictive suit, felt a surge of panic. He was a Jedi, trained for battle, but now he was trapped in a cage of fabric and threads. Just as Darth Hillary prepared to deliver a devastating blow, her lightsaber arcing down towards Anakin's neck, a commanding presence filled the room. Donald Trump, Jedi Master, stepped forward, his own lightsaber in hand. With a swift and decisive move, he deflected her attack, saving Anakin from certain death. Anakin collapsed to the ground, exhausted, and watched the two Titans showdown. As Trump engaged Darth Hillary with a skill and finesse that belied his appearance, Anakin realized the importance of always being prepared for any eventuality. Lying there, catching his breath, he made a mental note to choose more practical attire for future battles. For now, he watched as Trump stood between him and Darth Hillary, the fate of the galaxy unfolding in a duel of light and darkness, of freedom and tyranny. "Enough, Hillary," Trump bellowed. "Your reign of terror ends now." Darth Hillary, her eyes burning with hatred, turned her attention to Chancellor Trump. "You think you can stop me? I've destroyed planets, ended civilizations, killed Gaddafi. You are nothing. I should have been president. Not you." And the final showdown began, an epic battle between the dark and the light. Trump and Darth Hillary exchanged heavy blows, their lightsabers clashing with a fury that shook the studio. Anakin, injured but not defeated, watched as his master confronted the embodiment of evil. As they fought, the galaxy watched, gripped by the live broadcast that had turned from a news show into a battle for the fate of the galaxy. Their chancellor, their hero, battled for their freedom from the oppression of the Sith. Every strike, every maneuver was a message, a symbol of the ongoing struggle between good and evil. Trump and Darth Hillary circled each other, their lightsabers casting long shadows. "You're a disgrace, Hillary," Trump taunted, deflecting her furious blows with deft moves. "You could have been a force for good, but you chose the dark side along with Barack and the other losers." Darth Hillary hissed back, her voice a venomous sneer. "I was always destined for greatness. You, Donald, are just an interruption, a minor blip in the grand scheme of things. They continued to duel as Anakin, struggling to his feet, watched in awe. Trump, with surprising agility, leaping across the room with a grace that defied his build, holding his own against the Sith Lord. The Jedi Master's actions spoke louder than any broadcast, a live testament to the courage and resilience of those who stood against the darkness. "You're all talk, Hillary, no action," Trump continued, his voice booming over the clash of their lightsabers. "Your lies about Russia, your emails. You're unfit for any office, let alone president." Enraged, Darth Hillary's attacks became more aggressive and reckless. "I will not be lectured by a buffoon. I will have my revenge for every defeat, for everything, even for Bill." Trump, unfazed, mocked her with a smirk. "Oh yeah? How's he doing on planet Epstein?" The battle raged, echoing through the studio and across the galaxy. Now fully recovered, Anakin joined Trump's side. Together, they pushed Darth Hillary back, their combined strength slowly overpowering the Sith. "This is for the Republic, for democracy, and for all those who believe in the truth," Anakin declared heroically. Meanwhile, Darth Sidious watched the duel from Mustafar, his expression darkening with each passing moment. "This bitch!" he exclaimed, realizing the setback Darth Hillary had caused to his dark plans for an empire. Sidious finally understood why she failed to become leader in her own world, as she was far too incompetent to be even a Sith. As the duel reached its climax, Darth Hillary, realizing she was outmatched, made a desperate attempt to flee. A sudden, blinding explosion covered her retreat. When the smoke cleared, she was gone, leaving the studio in disarray, but the galaxy more united than ever against the darkness that had been exposed live on broadcast. In the aftermath, Trump and Anakin stood side by side, their victory a powerful message broadcast across the stars. "We may have won this battle," Trump declared solemnly, his gaze piercing through the camera, "but the war goes on. We must remain vigilant, united, and always ready to stand up for what's right." Anakin nodded, his respect for his master deepening. "Yes, my master is right. The Sith will continue to spread lies and chaos, but as long as we hold on to the truth, they will never truly win." The broadcast ended, leaving the galaxy in a state of euphoric unity. The forces of light had won the day, but the dark side lurked, waiting for its moment to strike back. Yet, with heroes like Trump and Anakin leading the charge, the galaxy knew it had protectors ready to fight for truth, justice, and the galactic way. At that moment, the Force ghost of Obi-Wan appeared before Anakin. Glowing amidst the chaos of the studio, Anakin couldn't help but feel a sense of relief mixed with his usual penchant for wry humor. "Well, if it isn't Obi-Wan Kenobi." "Fashionably late, as always," Anakin quipped, brushing off the remnants of the battle. "Obi-Wan's ghost," replied with a gentle smile. "I see your sense of humor wasn't dulled by the duel, Anakin. And here I thought you'd be too preoccupied with your new broadcasting career to crack jokes." Anakin shrugged, a smirk playing on his lips. "Oh, you know me, Obi-Wan. I'm a master of all trade, just not a Jedi Master yet. Jedi Knight by day, galactic news anchor by night." Obi-Wan's apparition nodded approvingly. "Your victory today was crucial, Anakin. But remember, the Sith are cunning. Today's triumph is but one battle in a much larger war." Anakin's expression sobered. "I know, Obi-Wan. But with Trump and the entire galaxy watching, I think we've got a fighting chance." Obi-Wan chuckled as his presence began to fade. He imparted one final piece of wisdom. "Next time, make sure your pants aren't too tight." Back on Mustafar, Darth Sidious contemplated his position. The Sith had been unmasked across the galaxy due to Darth Hillary's foolish actions and defeat. He recognized the need for a dramatic display of power to quell the growing resistance. Fortunately, the newly completed Death Star, a colossal weapon capable of destroying entire planets, was just the weapon he needed. An evil smile spread across his face at the thought of its first target, Coruscant.
Thanks for joining us on this adventure. If you enjoyed the journey and are eager for more wild fan fiction, don't forget to hit that like button, share with your fellow fans, and subscribe for more episodes. And if you're as enchanted by the idea of Middle-earth meeting Hogwarts as we are, make sure to check out our series exploring this magical crossover. Your support brings these worlds to life. Until next time, keep the fantasy alive.